Welcome back to Pace Law Firm, Pace Immigration, talking once again with Pace Immigration Lawyer Andy Semotiuk, Pace Immigration Lawyer Extraordinaire. Andy, I've got 6 big questions here for you.
Oh, great. Let's go.
Let's rock and roll.
Okay.
Number 1, I have a BA in graphic design, but I like to immigrate to Canada as a hotel manager. So I started to participate in technical and vocational courses. In hotel management, I want to know what kind of certification do I need in order to immigrate to Canada as a hotel manager. He goes on to say that he knows all about the language requirements, all this other stuff. He wants to know if his certificates are good enough for Canada.
Okay. Well, he's got to get some certificate in hotel management. Now, it varies, depends where he is in the world. We don't know where he is, but whatever they're giving in hotel management, that's what he's after.
Okay.
But a good idea, probably for someone like that, would be for him to take a trip into Canada as a visitor. And there are, in fact, these working holidays that young people up to age 30 can use to come into Canada and work in this field. This is a popular field for that, especially in the Alberta area near the Rocky Mountains,
Okay.
where they bring in people from New Zealand and from Australia and other places, Korea. And just look up working vacations in Canada on the internet. I suspect that the guy would probably qualify, and that would be a way for him to come into Canada, check things out. And then under, for example, the Alberta Provincial Nominee Program, they have a need for hotel-related occupations. So if you can get a bit of a working vacation visa to come to Canada, work for a while in one of the hotels, and finish that off with an offer from an Alberta employer, for example, you're in.
Okay.
But the starting point, I think, would be get some sort of a degree wherever you are, or certificate from some college or university indicating that you have training in hotel management.
Nice. Number 2, I am a 29-year-old married guy. Wife's age is 28. We're both postgraduates from a UK university. I have work experience of 6+ years. My wife's work experience is 4+ years. I'm working in the mutual fund industry as an assistant sales manager. I want to apply for permanent residence to Canada and would like to get international exposure for my portfolio. Suggestions?
Very similar, because the age is within that age up to 30, working holidays in Canada. So either come as a visitor and scout around, see if there's someone that may be willing to offer you a temporary job to work in Canada, or possibly through a working holiday, come to Canada and work for a year, and then transition into something that you're interested in.
Okay.
Either way, I think starting point would be do a little research on Google about working in Canada, and the second step would be come for a visit or come for a working vacation in Canada.
Nice. All right, number 3, hey man. Okay. Hey man, I heard that no one can apply for the family class file now. Is that true?
No, it's not true.
Okay.
If you're married to someone who's a Canadian citizen, no problem. That's still open. If you're an orphan, a family member who's an orphan, for example, no problem. You can be sponsored to come to Canada. The areas that are blocked now are the super visa areas dealing with parents and grandparents.
Okay.
In those instances, they have to get what's called a super visa to come to Canada for up to 2 years at a time, and multiple entry opportunities are there as well. So that category is blocked, but all the others still remain.
Okay. Thanks, man.
No problem,
Okay.
man.
Number 5. Hi, I would like to know, what are the accepted skills for nurses in your country? My previous employer had a problem in making my certificate of employment because I worked at ER medical ward / pediatric ward. What can you suggest? Thanks.
All right. This applies to this person and also the previous question about credentials. Canada is in the process of putting in a new system to evaluate foreign credentials for people coming to immigrate to Canada. It's not in place yet, but it's coming. So you may want to wait for that. It won't be too long before that system is in place and you'll be able to have your credentials evaluated. However, there's also commercially available evaluators who can evaluate your credentials. World Educational Services are one. You can have them evaluate your credentials and use that evaluation for purposes of applying for work in Canada. A woman like this, or a man, I'm not sure, but a nurse coming from a jurisdiction overseas, again, the same kind of a scenario. You need a job offer from someone here. A possibility would be come in on a visitor's visa, talk to some of the people here, see if you can line up perhaps a nursing assistant job, maybe not a nursing job right off the bat because of the credentials issue. Talk to the nursing associations in Canada, and they'll straighten you out as far as what exams you'd have to pass to get the Canadian equivalent of what you have overseas. It's all a matter of, I guess, getting over here, talking to some of the people, and finding the route through probably a temporary work permit into permanent residence.
Nice. Okay. Here we go. Number 6, last one.
Okay.
We're going to have to be a little diplomatic about this one.
All right.
Why are the people in Canadian High Commission so lazy that they take, and that's their words, not ours. Why are the people in the Canadian High Commission so lazy that they take 2 years to solve a case?
You know, here's the problem. Canada has a global limit on the number of immigrants that it'll accept every year. I think it's like 250,000 roughly. Okay, and that's spread across all the countries in the world. And that deals with all the occupations, the investors, the family class, and so on. So what appears to be maybe delay or laziness actually turns out to be, excuse me, it turns out to be processing time, because these people have to, first of all, check everybody out for police clearances, medical issues, previous immigration issues and problems, confirm the connections, whether it's family class or the money if it's an investor, or the job if it's a work-related application. All that takes time. And those people overseas have so many cases that are coming through, and also the limit on the number of cases they can actually approve, that all adds up to 2 years. But it's not someone sleeping at a desk with his feet up, just going to the office every day to sleep. I mean, it is processing.
It's kind of like going, you go to the Department of Motor Vehicles or something. You're there, you already have a license, you're eligible to drive, and it still takes an hour to process you.
That's true.
Now here you're mailing it in.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, there is a bit of government in there. We all know government doesn't always, work the same speed as perhaps the private sector. There is a bit of that. But, don't go, excuse me.
What's going on here?
I don't know.
I forgot your silver chalice of water today.
No, don't go overboard on blaming them for the delays.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Andy. Andy Semotiuk, Semotiuk at pacelawfirm.com if people want to ask you some more questions. And we will see you next time. Bye.